Time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah, the Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time.
I don't know why, but I feel like I'm about to motorboat this poor girl right here. I don't know. What can I say?
Trucker John live stream's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk.
Dear Tam, the girls and I are having a great time in Cancun. In fact, we've decided to never come back. So, you can go fuck yourself. Yours truly, Heidi. Oh, P.S. I still hate you for not defending me when Donald Trump said I was ugly. Oh, did I say go fuck yourself? Oh yeah, go fuck yourself.
He's headed south, not even sure what that means. But if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. I'm sure to see.
JP, right? JD Mandel. Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of him? Barack Hussein Obama. Or think of it, a new branch of the United States military, United States Armed Forces, called Air Force. I never talked about that.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
The worst president by far. Jimmy Connors is...
To us. We appreciate it, sir. Thanks a lot.
You have a deal. Thanks a lot. Bye.
I may ask Marilyn Lockheed. I'd like to maybe have Matt Blum speak next. And what we saw at Pleasure, what a name right now. But what we just saw, we just left Pleasure. Does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? We would be in World War II. Secretary of State. Mike Bolton. We may, it's being discussed right now, Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia.
I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve. Steve, please.
It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates' fault? I mean,
It's fantastic. Works so hard, so smart. Has a great wife, a great wife. Viktor Orban. Did anyone ever hear of him? He's probably like one of the strongest leaders anywhere in the world. And he's the leader of... Right, he's the leader of Turkey, fronts on both Russia.
A lot from our constituents on different issues, but something I've heard that doesn't seem to be being covered are the Epstein files. These files were released, and like Donald Trump's sort of all over this, right? There are pictures of him with Jeffrey Epstein. He's taken multiple plane flights with Epstein with young girls on board. He is on call logs with Epstein. One of the highest trending hashtags on Twitter right now is about Trump and Epstein. I'm not going to repeat the hashtag because we're in a dignified setting. But yeah, y'all might want to look at that because that's highly disturbing. And again, it shows that Donald Trump is unfit for office. And by the way, he was convicted in a civilian court for sexual assault, convicted in a separate court of 34 felonies. Donald Trump should drop out of the race.
Project 2025 is the published roadmap for Republicans if they win the 2024 election. Thing 2, women's rights. They will abolish no-fault divorce, ban all abortions with no exceptions, ban all contraceptives. Yes, you heard me. This is an attempt to control women into living in some Christo-fascist Stepford Wives version of reality. It's a blatant attempt to regulate women back to second-class citizens, without autonomy over their bodies or their lives. We cannot let this stand. Vote for Democrats.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
All right, mic is on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, I'm a little bit late. I know, a little late. How's everybody doing this morning? Let's see, we got 20 people in here watching. 17 thumbs ups. It is 9:14 in the Pacific time zone here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's already 96 degrees and we've got a high projected of 108, I believe. There is a 15% chance of rain, which means we'll probably get some rain because it seems like whenever there's even just anything in the teens, we usually get something, a little sprinkles or something. So the last few days we've had a little bit of sprinkles here and there. A couple of days ago we actually got some pretty good thunderstorms and rainstorms and stuff. And so it was a nice little break from the heat. Let me move this over a little bit. Don't be surprised if this thing falls down. I forgot to sort of resecure it. But hey, that's just the way it goes. All right, so we got Roxanne Armfield here, Michael McAndrews. Michael was watching Stephanie on Free Speech TV. I was watching Stephanie on Twitch. Suzanne's here, reminding everyone to smash the like button, if you would. That would be great. That would be beautiful. Hit the share button too. That's what I'm doing right now as we speak. I'm hitting the share button because I'm going to share the show. See how easy it is? See how easy? You're just going to put that right there. I guess it went through. Anyhow, so how y'all doing this morning? Is everybody awake? I don't. Confession, I did kind of just wake up, and that's why I'm kind of running late. Running a little behind. I was out Ubering last night. My usual thing. My usual thing that I do. I Uber, I get home late, I get to bed around 3 o'clock in the morning, and then next thing you know, it's showtime. Let me just send out some of these quick little deals here, just to get them sent out real quick here. Oopsies. What have I done? What have I done now? Let me just do this. One more. And I should be done with this. We go there and there. Okay. All right, so who else we got here? We got a lot of people in here. Yeah, there was Suzanne. We got Walter Makarovich. Good morning to you. There's Jolie. Jolie's over here. Where is our host? Where is that guy? I know, I hear you. Where the heck is he? Always late. Always being late. And let's see, we got Michael says we don't need a host. So, which is true. You guys can carry on. You guys carry on without me pretty good. There's Fancy. Never fear, Fancy is here. Still trying to get Fancy to 50, I believe. I'm not sure if Fancy is at the 50 subscriber mark yet. Michael's working on a Blue Angels page. Walter McCarvich, a very sad day Saturday afternoon, but we must remember Project 2025 and Agenda 47 are still on the table. Yeah, the fact of the matter, yeah, look, anyone with a reasonable mind does not condone what happened on Saturday. We don't condone that. We don't. That's not how we do things. We beat them at the ballot box. We don't beat them with bullets, right? So, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Donald Trump is still a adjudicated rapist, a 34-time convicted felon, and has numerous other charges he's facing. You know, it doesn't take away from the fact that Donald Trump is basically still a scumbag. But he, you know, like I said, we don't condone those actions. You know, we're gonna beat him fair and square at the ballot box. You know, Jackie is here. Never fear. No, that's Fancy's thing. I shouldn't do that. Jolie's on the road, but she'll be listening. Alrighty, we'll drive carefully on the road out there. I'm just skimming down. I'm scrolling down. We got William. William's in the driver's lounge here. Good to see William. Srinda Monkey. What did Hal do? And although I'm not a lesbian, I do enjoy small dogs. I have no idea what you're talking about. None whatsoever. Did you know what you're talking about there, Srinda Monkey? Jupiter Judy, great opening. Thank you very much. Jupiter Judy, good to see you here. MJ Daniels in the driver's lounge. CN's here. CN says, I'm listening. Good morning to all. Here it is 18:15, and I'm going to give my son dinner, and I'll be back on. Okay. You do that. Get your son some dinner. There's Kim Chi. How are all you motor trucklers? Good to see Kim Chi in the chat. The driver's lounge. Swindler Monkey, yeah, it's yay, I'm drunk time here in the UK. But when is it not drunk time? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Don O'Leary is over here in the Truckers Lounge. Good to see Don. Just Saying is waving. Hello. Hello, Just Saying. Good to see Just Saying here. 56 Nick Rich is here. Slender Monkey. 91 was a good bloody year. I left school and was very high. All right. That sounds like a good time. Pamela, morning, everybody. Did anyone see Donnie with the big mattress on his ear? Laughing my ass off. Yeah, and then you notice that he was golfing the day after the shooting, and there was no bandage on that. You know, it wasn't until the convention all of a sudden he's got this big pillow on his ear. Maybe that was a Mike Pillow. Maybe Mike Pillow put that on for him. I don't know. Mike Pillow. CN is gone for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Sort of Monkey, why is TJ doing a 70 show today, and why don't I know what's going on anymore? Probably the drunk time has something to do with it. I'm not doing a Stephanie show. I'm doing a Stephanie after show hangout. Just thought I'd mix things up a little bit. You know, just mixing it up. You know. Pamela is here. Good to see Pamela. Pamela. It's good to see Pamela. And I think have I caught up? John O'Leary, Joe Biden will be in Vegas today. Absolutely. And I didn't really know that until, I guess it was yesterday, when I was driving, Ubering, and people were complaining about, like, I guess some of their flights got delayed. Because when he flies into McCarran right here, and of course when the president flies in somewhere, you know, they have to restrict the airspace, and you know, and then they shut the roads down, and because he goes, I believe, I don't know if I'm exposing any big secrets here or not, but I believe he stays at Caesar's Palace. Now I might be wrong. Maybe I'm giving maybe this is disinformation or misinformation. I know the last time he was here a few months ago, he was at Caesar's Palace for his stay, and I think that's just where they always stay. He gets the presidential suite at Caesar's Palace, I believe, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Where else is he gonna go? Holiday Inn. but yeah, he's giving a speech today here at, I believe it was, someone told me that, I didn't even watch the news or anything. One of my writers told me that there's an NAACP like convention or meeting here at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, and Joe's going to be speaking there today. So that's kind of exciting. Nick Rich, Trump Vance don't have a chance, or don't stand a chance. Kimchi, be happy and don't live near DC. Freaking roads shut down once a week, but they are quick about it. They probably got it down pat by now. Maybe that's the deal. I don't know. But so yeah, speaking of JD Vance, we got the pick. Trump's got the pick in. Well, before I go to that, I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit more about the shooting. And we've all seen all the iconic images of Trump, you know, waving his fist and saying "fight, fight, fight," and all this. And then people, and of course, the MAGAs love it because it makes them look, I don't know, strong or whatever. But here's one image that I took off of the video. There's Trump basically giving what to me looks like the Sikh, what do you call it? Sikh Heil, the Sikh Heil. You know, the Nazi salute as he's going off the stage. And that pretty much sums up my thoughts on Donald Trump. He's basically a Nazi, no matter what. No matter what happened on Saturday, I guess we don't condone it. I don't condone those actions. We beat him at the ballot box. We don't beat him. You know, we don't try violence, and we didn't. Actually, you know, I mean, it was a Republican shooter. It was one of their own, and I remember someone else had posted. Well, someone else had been posted like I think it might have been Midas Touch or something. You know, beat him with ballot, not with bullets or something like that. And I totally agree with that. But yeah, so the fact remains that Donald Trump is still a scumbag. This just in, Donald Trump is still a scumbag. All right, despite his little thing there, but and you know, and I'll admit, when I first saw the story breaking, I immediately went to the news, and you know, I saw the whole thing. They replayed the whole thing where the shots were fired, and he kind of does this with his side of his face, and then he drops down, and I got to admit, it all looks so staged. It looks so staged, man. And I thought, oh my God, this is all fake. But then, literally within less than 2 minutes of me watching the news, they reported that the shooter was down, and that he was dead, and that there was one of the attendees was dead. They were already reporting that he was dead, like boom, right then. And then two other attendees have been shot, and this is within like 2 minutes. And then as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh no, oh fuck, this is real. This is not staged. I mean, this is for real, because people were getting killed. You know, the attendees are getting shot and killed. So, and then you know, you're just watching it and you're like, yeah, this is real. This is real shit. Now, the fact of how I think Secret Service kind of bungled the whole thing. There's all these reports. People saw the shooter on the roof, and they were yelling and screaming and at the cops. And for minutes, nothing was done until he got the shots off, and then they took him out within about 20 seconds, I think, but or less probably. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy shit. And it was one of their own. Hey, Nick Rich is gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Nick. That's pretty nice of you. Thanks for helping us support the show, get those memberships out. We do have super chats. I mean, we've got memberships, and you can buy me a coffee. We've got the like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Let me go back up though. Let's see, where am I at? We've got I'm just scrolling down here. I think I read all that. Keith Polite is here. Good to see Keith. It was great seeing Lester Holt interviewing Dark Brandon. Poor Lester. Yeah, Dark Brandon was pushing back on that, on the media, which is good. Felipe, that was about his last hand suggestion. Yeah, it was Nazi smooth. Sort of Monkey says, I saw a pic where the brain gravy had run down his face. I don't think it's brain gravy, it was just blood. His brain wasn't shot, so. Kimchi says, the classmate pissed me off, kind of laughing. If everyone bullied him, either you did too, or at least no one thought to be his friend. Yeah, so it's one of those deals, I guess. One of those where the bullied kid gets a gun. I got no sympathy for him though. It looks like Philly 3000 got that membership from Nick Rich. So thank you again, Nick. And enjoy your membership, Philly 3000. Enjoy your membership. Use it wisely. I don't know what that means. Street Monkey says, Trump is not that good an actor and was literally too stupid to take action on his own. It's pitiful. Well, I don't know I don't know what action you expected him to take on his own. Whip out his own AR-15 and start firing on the roof, at the roof. Michael Gallagher security really fucked up. They even had, I was just talking about that. Fancy has gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Fancy. That's very nice of you and help support the show. Let's see. Kimchi says, my neighbor was amazed when I left my when I hit her mirror. How far we have fallen. I don't know what that means. Amazed when I left my when I hit her mirror. You hit your neighbor's mirror and you left the note, maybe? I don't know. Keith Polite got that membership. So Keith Polite, enjoy the membership. Just looking down here at the chats. Down there at the chats. 3,000. Yeah, I hit the lotto yesterday and now I'm having a great week. There you go. Your luck just keeps continuing. You got yourself a Trucker John membership. That's probably even bigger than the lottery. Hey, Tim Nelson is here, one of our Tims. Good to see Tim Nelson in the driver's lounge over here. 56 Nitrous, keep that lucky streak going, Philly 3000. Jackie says, who the hell asked for their shoes when they're being shot at? I was watching a video last night of, it was sort of like a reverse angle of what we see. It was shot from, kind of like from behind, when Trump was being stood up and about to get walked out off the stage by the Secret Service. And he's going, no, let me get my shoes. And then these things kind of plop out and you could hear it hit the stage. And there, according to that video, it was hard to make out, but they're claiming that those were the lifts that were in his shoes. And they're saying that, see, that proves it, that's why he wanted his shoes so bad, because he didn't want to leave them behind because they had the lifts in them or something. But when he picked them up, it looks like in that video, something does plop out and hit the stage floor. It's either that or it was Donald Trump shitting. I don't know. So anyhow, there's still speculation about that, I guess. But why he wanted the shoes so damn bad. And everyone's saying, well, it's because he's got the lifts. He didn't want to leave his lifts behind. Hey, Robert Perez is here. Says, top of the morning, driver, truckers, and all Democratic voters of America. Top of the morning, back at you. And excuse me while I have a piece of toast. Sugar Monkey, Trump keeps his toilet paper stuck at the bottom of his shoes. Well, I think he uses lifts. Actual lifts. They're a real thing. That's what Tom Cruise has in his shoes, too. Philly 3000, just like the guy who torched himself in front of court. Well, this one did it this way. Trump and Trump kamikaze, they would do anything to make Trump look good. Are you talking about the shooter? You think the shooter did this to try to make Trump look good? No, that's pretty ridiculous. The shooter, maybe obviously, he probably didn't care about if he got killed or not. He was probably trying to do like a suicide by cop thing, maybe. But I don't think he was trying to make Trump look good, you know, by taking a shot at his head. I mean, he missed, you know, killing Trump by, you know, this much, you know. I don't think that was trying to make Trump look good. Big Hook says Trump was within earshot of the shooter. No, Big Hook, what are you talking about? He was not within earshot of the shooter. Oh, I get it. It's a joke. Earshot. Okay. My bad for not taking the joke. But I don't really think these jokes are appropriate. I don't like the jokes that have been coming out. I think it's more appropriate just to remind everyone that Trump is still a scumbag and a criminal and a felon and should not ever be anywhere near the levers of power ever again. And should be more near the levers of jail cell if they had levers, which I don't think they do. But you know what I mean. Uh-oh, I'm hearing drills outside. We might be getting some noise from maintenance. 53,000 don't remember the movie Crocodile Dundee when he shot his mate in the air to make him think he was against them, laughing out loud. This is not Crocodile Dundee. Suzanne's here. Yeah, I've already said hello to Suzanne earlier, so we did that. Let me just move over to, I'm just checking out my accounts. So far, I'm just only streaming to YouTube. I've been doing that for a while now because Facebook was giving me so much problems that I've just been doing YouTube only. So no Twitch, no Facebook. Just YouTube only. Michael McGadgers, are they still tunneling under your apartment? I don't know. It's been actually pretty quiet lately. I think they finally got the water issue fixed that was going on over here because the water's been really good. It's been hot. For a while, it was sort of like only getting like kind of lukewarm water, and there was all kinds of noise going on. But I think they've got that solved. But now I'm hearing some drilling going on over here. So always something. Keith Fleet, is there video of the shoe lifts? Well, I just said that I was watching a video that was shot from behind the stage. And it shows when the Secret Service, they've got Trump up, they're about to walk him off the stage. And then when he says, wait, let me get my shoes. And at that point, you can see, it looks like there's these two things that just drop. They just drop out, like from where, because someone's holding the shoes, I think, or he's holding the shoes, and the lifts or something falls out and hits the stage. It's hard to tell what it is, but people are speculating that those were his lifts. Now I don't know. And that's the best video that I've seen. 30,000 Trump's back on Facebook. Yeah, we talked about that in previous episodes. Serena Monkey says, Trump's screaming fight was not something normal. Who did Trump want them to fight each other? He's so stupid. Why is this problematic for all Republicans? He wants them to fight. whoever shot him, I guess. Did I skip Paul Mannion? Looks like we got Paul Mannion here. Paul Mannion, also from across the pond. Welcome to the show. I don't see you in the chat for some reason, but someone said hello to you. Paul Sharky Mannion. Oh, there's Paul Sharky Mannion. Okay, the Sharky threw me. But Paul Mannion gets cowboy voice whenever I do Paul Mannion. Paul Mannion does not get the English treatment. From now on, he's a cowboy. He's an English cowboy. So I give him a cowboy voice. This here, in case you didn't know, this is my cowboy voice. I never knew I had a cowboy voice, really, until Paul Sharky Mannion came along, and then I got myself a good old cowboy voice. Let's see here now. What else? What else you got going on? I don't know what voice this is. Michael McAndrews, I got to finish the Blue Angels page for you, Fancy. Kimchi says, but was he really hit? Every single part of this is suspect. Yeah, it's suspect, but I think that he really was. There really was a shooter on that roof. The shooter really did shoot some bullets, and he killed a person, and he wounded 2 others, and that's for real. And I do believe that Trump was grazed by a bullet. So, call me what you will, but that's what I believe. Williams is discussing the documents case has been dismissed. Yeah, it's been dismissed, but it's not going to go away. It's going to come back. It's going to be after the election, which is what it was going to be anyhow. The way Eileen Loose Cannon, or whatever the fuck her name is, kept kicking it down the road, kicking the can down the road. But if he wins, then it will disappear. So that's another reason we got to beat him at the ballot box. Beat him at the ballot box, man. Come on, man. We got to beat him at... Hey, Diane Capobianco is here. First-time viewer. Hey, Diane. Thank you so much for being here. Let's give everyone a big round of applause. Yay. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hey, man, we're up over 1,900 subscribers now, so thank you guys so much for subscribing and watching and sharing the show. It really does help. Let's see, we got Pamela says, William, but he can be appealed and reassigned to a different judge. Yeah, and that's what everyone's saying, that this is kind of a good thing and that we'll get Eileen off the case. Come on, Eileen, get off the case. We'll get her off, and then, that didn't sound right. And we'll probably get hopefully a more just judge. MJ Daniel says John Cleese played sheriff in the movie Silverado. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Good old John Cleese. Michael McAndrews, we are the good people. We are the good people dying. Keith Felice says, watching The Boys on Prime, dark political satire and superhero costumes, definitely not safe. Yeah, I've been watching all those. I'm pretty much caught up on all 3 seasons. This is the 3rd season. It's a pretty good show. I think it's a good show. I think it's completely different than when it first started, than season 1. It really has, kind of changed. But yeah, it's a good show. They're definitely hitting all the, sort of the maggot talking points. For the thousands, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Yes, Certain Monkey says, so it could have been the massive turd that made his shoes so slippery he fell out of them. Those shoes are shit-filled when he wears them. I don't know about that, but I'm thinking maybe they're slip-ons. Maybe? I don't know. Again, speculation. Why am I speculating so much? Let's see. I had another little thing here I was going to put up. Oh, yeah. And I like this meme. You guys see this one? I thought this was pretty funny. And just like that, and they're not quoting the Second Amendment. I thought that was pretty funny. Talk about funny. You know, this shooter was one of those Second Amendment nuts. And we're not going to talk about that, though. MJ Daniels says, The Boys is good. I'm waiting for next season's Wheel of Time and Rings of Power. Diane Capobianco says, Michael McAndrew's good to hear. I'm not down with the MAGA cult. Are you down with the MAGA cult? No, we are not down with the MAGA cult here on the Trucker John channel. Sir Muggy, isn't there 4 seasons? I don't know. I thought this was the 3rd season, but whatever it is, I believe I am caught up. Let's see. Michael McAndrew says, I'm a liberal Democrat, Diane. I don't like Nazis and want Dumpy Stump in prison. Hear, hear. I agree wholeheartedly. I don't like Nazis. I don't like them either. And I definitely would like to see Stump in prison. Now, speaking of Nazis, we got... here's Donald Trump's VP pick. And here's a little quote from J.D. Vance, or J.P., whatever you call him. Trump might be America's Hitler. And J.D., I couldn't have said it better myself. I could not have said it better myself, my man. Trump just might be America's Hitler. So that's who Trump picked. And there's quote after quote after quote of JD really dissing, as the kids say, Trump. And then that's who Trump picks. So, go figure. I like the other meme. I didn't save it. I like the other meme where it has like Pence going, hey, good luck, hang in there, buddy, you know. Jibberty Jerty says that Trump, referring to Trump, I believe, says he wears loafers. And who doesn't? Who doesn't like to wear a good loafer, you know? Keith Polite, season 4, episode 2 blew my mind. You have been warned. So I guess it is season 4. I'm pretty sure I'm caught up. It's the one with Jeffrey Dean Morgan's in it, right? That's the latest season. I guess that was season 4. I was thinking it was season 3. You know. They go by so fast. Sort of Mike says, there are 4 seasons of The Boys. I'm sure I just watched it. Okay, well, good. Alrighty then. We got 4 seasons. Just like when Rudy Giuliani did a press conference from the 4 seasons landscaping and lawn care. Parking lot. There you go. 56 Nicholas says, I have no time for fiction unless it's science fiction. Well, alrighty then. Sturdy Monkey, they're not pulling any punches with the parallel Homeland lunacy. Yes, yep. You're right about that. No punches will be pulled. Suzanne says he wears makeup too, laughing out loud. You think? Diane Copabianco says, no Nazis, that's how I spell it. I don't want to get booted from YouTube. I think that's all a fallacy. I've been saying Nazis all the time, and I've never gotten booted. Of course, now I'll probably get booted. I probably jinxed myself. Big Hook says, John, I think Trump brought us to this toxic atmosphere of political violence. Trump is all about stochastic terrorism. Garland needs to put domestic terrorism laws on the books that give FBI authority. Well, I don't know if Garland can put laws on the books. I think only Congress can put laws on the books. But at least down here in America, they're different up there in Canada. But you're right. It's kind of like Trump and the Republicans, they kind of brought this on, right, themselves. They kind of have only themselves to blame for the shooting, I believe. I mean, I know it's terribly oversimplistic. It's a lot more complex than that. But in a general sense, you know, the Republican Party is basically, you know, a big backer, or the NRA is a big backer of them. They, you know, it's sort of the symbiotic relationship between the GOP and the NRA. The NRA is basically just a big giant lobby shop for the gun manufacturers. So, and they block any type of legislation that is about gun safety and gun, you know, about universal background checks or anything like that. Of course, gets blocked. I mean, they even had it where you couldn't even investigate gun manufacturers. You couldn't even get studies. You couldn't even, you know how the government always has studies left and right. They study this, they study that. They weren't even the government wasn't even allowed to put together a study on gun violence and to show correlations between, you know, assault weapons and mass shootings, for instance. And that's all because of the big giant lobby shop of the NRA. So when we have these shootings, and now you've seen it at their leader, they really don't have anyone to blame but themselves as far as this lackadaisical stance that there is about gun safety. You know? Michael McAndrews says, I don't want to say Trump is Hitler, but Vance said Trump is Hitler. And when Vance said Trump is Hitler, he was saying Trump is Hitler for a good reason. I think, did he say Hitler? Oh yeah, America's Hitler. Fancy says, don't forget the wedgie heels girdle and palazzo pants. Wedgie heels girdle? I don't know. What are wedgie heels girdle? Or did you mean to put a comma in there between heels and girdle? I don't know. Kimchi says, Trucker John, my friend assumed you were MAGA at first. I said, see how stereotypes work, Speedy Gonzalez? He adores me and hates me. That's kind of the reason I went with the moniker Trucker John, actually, was to try to draw in some right-wingers who would think, oh, there's good old Trucker. He's going to be one of us redneck MAGA types. And I've had quite a few come on here and go, you ain't no real trucker, because I wasn't sufficiently, I guess, racist or right-wing enough for them. And so then it's like, you ain't even a real trucker, are you? Diane Capobianco says, I thought Trump wears lifts in his shoes. Well, that's what we've been talking about. And whether or not they fell out of his shoes when he was on that stage. Sorry, my guy, I heard they are low turds. I don't know what that means. Philly 1000, you can say whatever you want. Oh, as far as like saying Nazi, I'm pretty sure, because I've heard a lot of other YouTube podcasters or whatever, whatever. They're afraid to say certain words because they claim that they get, shut down or whatever, and I just don't believe it. I mean, to a certain point, I guess. Diane, I mean, you can't put out disinformation about, especially during COVID, you can't put out disinformation about the actual virus or about the boosters or the vaccine. They would shut you. I got shut down for that, and I didn't even do anything. I was doing a live stream from my truck, and in the background, Tom Hartman was talking, and apparently there was something in that conversation. He was talking to one of his callers, and I remember they were talking about the vaccine or something to do with COVID, and then I guess the next day, YouTube removed that live stream. They just took it right off, and they said it was because of. They said you can't put out disinformation about COVID, whatever. And I was like, I didn't do it. I tried to appeal it, but they don't listen. But anyhow, so that happened. Anyhow, we got Nick Rich. Nazis. Roxanne says, yes, Keith Polite, the dim ads will write themselves. Yes. Absolutely, Roxanne. I was thinking the same thing. There's so many, all those videos of Vance saying, talking all that shit about Trump. That should be the first video they put out. Kimchi Nazis, not Christian nationalism Nazis. All right, now I feel like we're just maybe overdoing it. Hey, Delta Don's here. Delta Don, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the chat, in the driver's lounge, as I like to call it. William says that Trump told Secret Service to wait so that he could stage a photo op. Well, it certainly did turn out that way. Suzanne Furiasepi, the AI on my phone keeps interrupting me. I'm mad. My phone did an update without my permission. If you're plugged in and on Wi-Fi and there's an update, I think it just automatically updates. Philly 3000 says, yeah, with that new YouTube update, since then I've been getting them trying to force me to connect to my TV. Well, they just ask you a question, yes or no. So it's not forcing, but whatever. MJ Daniel, the GOP and NRA want the USA to be one giant firefight and bloodbath because it makes a profit. Yeah, it's just about profits. They don't really care. They don't care about school shootings. They don't care about mass shootings. All they care about is sales, is gun sales, profits. Profits over people. It's what they do. It's what they do. Ian's back apparently. Hello, everybody. Hello, back at you. I hope you got your son fed, nourished. Michael McAndrews says some idiots want Mad Max. Yeah, they think it's cool. MJ Daniel says, I can imagine the MAGA confusion when they go to Texas Paul's YouTube. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Texas Paul, same thing. It's like, he's a good old boy, ain't he? And then they go on there and they're like, holy shit. This guy's a liberal. Ain't no Texas liberal wearing a cowboy hat. What's this world coming to? Paul Sharky Mannion says, by the way, Sharky is my nickname. When we're out here on the range and we're herding them pokies, that's what we call cattle out here on the range. Everybody just calls me Sharky. Michael McAndrews says, you used to see how the RWs act when a chair falls over. Okay. Kim D, blue dot. A blue dot amongst a red sea. Cian says, and it was someone else with the same name that donated, but in the media, they still say, oh yeah. It was another, yeah. So yeah, the $15 contribution to Act Blue was not the shooter. It was another dude with the same name, some old dude who was probably a good dude because he donated to Act Blue. But yeah, the shooter was one of their own, right winger with an AR. Philly 2000. I was on a group Facebook. Every time I said video chat, it declined it. Group Facebook. I don't do those. Michael McAndrews. Then the sick fucks have a rally after a mass shooting incident. Oh yeah, I remember that. Sridhar Monkey says, there are some words and sentence structures you may not want to just say, e.g. that guy videos in a hook. Yeah, that was on Hal's show. That was kind of just weird. I'm like, this dude, why is this dude even doing this? That's what I don't get. apparently, I mean, I'm sure he's a multi-millionaire, maybe even a billionaire. I don't know, but you know, this dude, this Overstock.com dude, or whatever, and he has to go on the Roseanne Barr show and talk all this fucking nonsense. Dude, just go enjoy your fucking money. Why are you even getting involved with this bullshit? I don't understand these people. Diane Capobianco is reminding us, J.D. Vance said that women should stay in abusive marriages. Yeah, J.D. Vance has said a lot of fucking horrible things. I mean, he's for a nationwide abortion ban. He thinks that women's periods should be monitored. You know, their OBGYN records should be sent to, you know, the government or something, and they should be kept track of. If they start traveling somewhere, you know, they can suspect them of going to try to get an abortion. I mean, this guy is your typical, not typical, but kind of the typical that we've got now with MAGA and these extreme right wingers who are just destroying women's bodily autonomy and their right to make their own decisions about their health. And this motherfucker, this J.D. Vance, is maybe even worse than Trump. I mean, Trump just goes along. I think Trump is just the useful idiot. He goes along with all this shit. But in real life, he doesn't really give a fuck about abortion and if women can have abortion one way or the other. But he's just going along with it because he knows that feeds the base. That's what's getting him the votes, is talking that shit. But I think J.D. Vance is like a true believer. He believes all this shit, I think. But in any case, they're both disgusting. All the right-wingers that are promoting this shit are just horrible fucking people. No redeeming qualities in these motherfuckers at all. I don't know what my phone is saying. My phone was saying something, I don't know. But anyhow, did I miss something from Serena Monkey? Oh yeah, about the interview, yeah. But that Overstock dude. Yeah, that was just some crazy shit. Nick Rich says, my internet signal is great. I never need Wi-Fi, even when traveling. Good for you, Nick Rich. Good to hear that. Suzanne, her name is Gemini. I don't know what, I must have missed something. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, the Secret Service said they asked the chap. I gotta tell you, chap really isn't a cowboy word, but okay, we'll go with it. Asked the chap, what are you doing on the roof? And he said, I'm bird watching. I don't think I believe that. Diane Capobianco loves Texas Paul, as do I. I think he's a good guy. See, it says, yes, thanks, TJ. I decided to give some fruit, and that was a bit of work, peeling and slicing, laughing out loud. But I have a later dinner when we're done here. Alrighty. Diane says, Michael, I agree. Vance is basically a younger version of Dump. And that's the thing. That's the whole thing. You know, he would be Trump's replacement. Paul Sharkey Mannion says, hey, I just heard the bullet went in one ear and out the other. No damage done. Here we go with the jokes. These are the jokes, folks. These are the jokes. Kimchi says, Blue Dot in Texas has a ZZ Top beard and smokes weed. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, alrighty then. Alrighty. I'm just skipping down a little bit. Just a little bit. Because, you know, I'm really behind. I want to get caught up a little bit on this chat. As I scroll down, Swinner Monkey says, the Republicans seem to be some weird mix of Lucky and incel Chad dumbass. The Republicans are, as far as the voters are really just been fed a lot of propaganda, and they've been brainwashed. The party is, and basically how it has been, I think, the party of the rich. I mean, their existence, the reason they exist is to get tax breaks for the rich and do away with regulations. Fancy, what shirt is that, John? It's my Nerd Halen shirt. It's Nerd Halen. You can see that. See the guys up there on the nude, doing the nude. Or wait, this way? They go this way. There they are. That's the boys there in the Nerd Halen band. I don't know why I'm giving them English accents. They're not English. They're Americans. That's for some reason I decided to go English. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I do the things that I do. Nerd Halen. Great band. If you have a chance to ever see them, you should go see them. Delta Dawn says, holy shit. Just read Tenacious D has canceled world tour after Kyle Gass made comment on stage saying, don't miss Trump next time in Australia. Jack Black has put the band's work on hold. Well, you don't say that, guys. Really. I mean, especially if you're, you know, in a band in front of people. I don't know if Jack Black canceled it or who canceled it, but I don't blame him. You don't say shit like that. You don't stoke the fires like that. You don't. So for Kyle Gass to say that, it's fucking stupid. You don't say shit like that. At least not out loud, or at least not in a public setting. If it's amongst your friends and there's no one else in the room, and you might say that. But if you're on a stage in front of thousands of people and things are being recorded and it could go out to literally millions of people, you don't say shit like that. You just don't. I'm sorry. I don't care. There might be people in this chat that disagree with me, but you don't fucking say that shit. You know? That gives them, that gives the other side the ammo. Well, that might not be a good expression or whatever, but, you know, just like they tried to use just that one little thing where Biden said, you know, put Trump in the bullseye. And I remember as soon as I read that, I just thought, oh my God, my words were, that's a bad choice of words. I think I wrote that in one of the chats. That was a really bad choice of words. And I don't think that Biden has been like stoking the fires or whatever, or doing anything like that. I think that was just a bad choice of words. You don't do that. You just cannot do that, because then when something does happen, they bring that shit right up and they throw it in your face. So you don't give them anything. Don't fucking give them anything, man. Be smart about this. You know, you can't give them that shit. Stephen Sayers is here. Hey, good morning to Stephen Sayers. Stephen Sayers says, good morning, Trucker John and chatters. Raining like crazy in Kansas City, Missouri. Lightened up now, but really came down earlier. I wonder if that's from the storm that we had here a couple days. We had a big lightning and thunder, and maybe that made its way over to KC. I don't know. But hey, try to stay dry over there, and don't get electrocuted by lightning, if there's lightning going on. But good to see you, Steven. So thanks for being here. James Wayne says, the question is, how does a man get within 100 yards of the original candidate with an assault rifle? Well, if you looked at the pictures, you could see where the stage was, all set up, and then there's sort of like these empty fields, and then there's a whole bunch of buildings, these like steel buildings or whatever. It's like this industrial type of setting, and I could see the Secret Service, I think, was, or whoever was in charge of the security, I think they did drop the ball. But you can kind of see it. If he had started like way on the other end of these buildings, because they said that he got up there and he was like jumped, because the buildings were kind of connected, and he was going from building to building to building. I could see how he could get in there, but yeah, you're right. I mean, they should have done a better job. They should have expanded their secure perimeter, and they probably should have had one of their own people up in that building, or at least, or 2 or 3 of their own people up on the building where the shooter was at. Why they just left that one, vacant or whatever, is a mystery. But yeah, that's a good question. 150 yards away, yeah. And they didn't have either constant eyes on that rooftop, or just station one of their own men up there. Sort of like it says, Trump has never been in anything other than fucking weasel. He claimed to be a Democrat because he thought it would make it easier to hide his crimes. Paul Sharkey Bannon, it's not the Republican Party anymore. No GOP, it's gone. Roxanne Arfield, that is necessary. Michael McAndrews. Michael McAndrews says they are the criminal rhino group now. Pamela said, saw the video, Jack Black said it. Oh, so, yeah, see, Jack Black shouldn't have said that either then. Delta Dog says, Black canceled it, gas agent dropped him, Australia kicked them out of the country. Wow. Hey, look, you don't say that shit. You can't stoke violence. You can't stoke the flames of violence. You can't do that. Especially if you have a mouthpiece like that, you have an audience, you have a, you can't fucking do that. So maybe I sound like I'm the dick here for agreeing with what happened to them. But I don't go for that. It's like you guys telling these jokes. I don't go for these jokes either. James Williams says, First Amendment, anyone, now we are canceled. No, that's not First Amendment shit. And plus, it's Australia, so they don't have a First Amendment. But Michael McAndrews, you should see the wacko shit they do over a tan suit. Yeah, that's a whole different issue. It's a false comparison. Storm Mike said, and now he's a Republican actually hiding easily uncovered, unsophisticated, dumb shit. Crimes a real billionaire wouldn't do. He's like that Nick dude, the rapist, claims he's a Scottish lord. I don't know. That was just mumbo jumbo to me. Delta Down according to the article. Philly 2000. What's funny? You have JD's quote and Trump doing this quote. I don't know what you're talking about. See, in racist much, Michael McAndrews, they will say computer says no, but we know better. Computer says no. James Williams, I reviewed numerous videos. That doesn't answer the question. What was the question? Let me scroll back. What was your question? Are you talking about the rhetorical question of First Amendment, anyone? That looked like a rhetorical question to me. And most rhetorical questions don't require answers because you're not looking for an answer. You're just trying to get your point out. Anyhow, whatever. Big Hook says, it really doesn't help when all these crazy pieces of legislation take an election 4 years later to overturn. Restoration of sanity and rights needs a faster resolution method. Row ballot issue vote. We don't do national issue votes. We don't do that here. That's why we have representative government in Congress. Nick Rich, way beyond hour one. Wow. Okay, here's another thing. Here's something I was going to play. This is kind of long. Well, actually, did I not save it? I guess I didn't save it. Darn it, I was going to play this video. Well, we do have this. Now, is this really real? I just grabbed this clip. I thought it was funny.
Silicon Valley, ever since he got here, he hasn't done anything for the people who he wrote this moving book about in terms of his own background. I mean, that's very hard to run from. That's going to stick to him, I think.
Here's something that Ohio Senator, now VP candidate, wrote in 2016 when he was comparing Donald Trump to Hitler.
So you heard the commentary there talking about J.D. Vance. But while this is going on, at the RNC, Trump is falling asleep. And, you know, at where he was, you know, officially made the nominee, and the motherfucker can't even stay awake, and they want to keep hammering on Joe Biden and saying he's unfit and all this bullshit. And here you got this guy. Remember, he was falling asleep in his trial. Now he's falling asleep at the RNC. Talk about unfit. Talk about unfit. Donald Trump is unfit to lead. I mean, there's just no other way about it. No, there's no way of getting around it, right? Donald Trump is unfit to lead. The guy is a big fucking Adderall addict. He's been snorting so much shit for so long that he became incontinent when he was a relatively young man. This isn't just like, oh, you know, he's an old man and you know, and your health goes and you become incontinent or whatever. No, he's been wearing diapers since at least his 50s, maybe even his 40s, according to, if you go by these reports, and of people that work with him, and they've had to put up with his fucking smelly ass for decades now. So we have this fucking piece of shit, Donald Trump. He can't stay awake. He's a mess. He's a total mess. As I said earlier, should be nowhere near the levers of power. Should be nowhere near the highest office in the land, and really the most powerful office in the world. Donald Trump should be nowhere near any of that. Big Hook says the Congress needs to make restrictions on what SCOTUS can touch and what they can't. Establish law and norms need to be respected. The overreach by conservative judges is the cause of shit. That's why we vote. That's why we need to vote blue down here in America. That's why we need to get. We need to get the. None of this shit's gonna ever happen if we don't have a Democrat in the White House, and if we don't have the House of Representatives, and we don't have a good majority in the Senate. None of this shit that we always want. We always want, if we want to expand the court, or we want to have a code of ethics that's enforceable on SCOTUS, or we want to get rid of the Electoral College. All these things that we talk about, none of it's going to ever get done if we don't fucking start voting for Democrats and stop voting for Republicans. It's never going to get done if we don't have the majorities that we need. And that's why I say vote blue no matter who. Vote blue all the way through. Vote blue down ticket. However many ways I got to say it. It's never going to happen if we keep electing Republicans. Because all they will do is drop taxes for the rich, tear away regulations on their businesses so they can just pollute and kill whatever they want. And in order to keep their base going, they're going to gin up these these hot button emotional issues about, you know, abortion and Democrats are going to just take all your guns away, and that's how they get their base. Otherwise, they wouldn't have enough people because we outnumbered them. So you got to vote blue. And for those of you who don't know what blue means, that means Democrat. Stop voting for Republicans, because they no good for us. They no good for the working class folks, for middle class folks, for even for poor. They don't give a shit about any of that. Sir Mike says Trump was praying. That really doesn't feel him being unhinged in his sleep. I don't think he's praying. Matthew says he needs a beauty rest. Damn you, darn you. Diane, a couple of Bianca says Sleepy Donald. His niece Mary Trump said Trump hates being called Donald or a loser. It hurts his white orange ego. And that was so funny that. What did Biden do right after that? The shooting, he came out and said, "I just talked to Donald," or I tried to talk to Donald, and I already had read that Mary Trump quote. So when he said that, it just made me laugh a little, made me chuckle, you know, a little bit. Cian says you all need to vote for the House and Senate too, then they can take out the SCOTUS and no more kings. Vote, vote, vote. Yeah, well, I don't know about taking out the SCOTUS, but we can expand the SCOTUS. We can impeach Alito. We can impeach Thomas, as AOC has brought that forth. But you know, at this point, it's just sort of you know, sort of the principle of it. It's never going to happen under this Congress as far as removing those two assholes. But maybe next year, if we get the House back and we keep the Senate and we got the White House, maybe we could impeach and remove those two motherfuckers. At the very least. Diane Capobianco says, it needs to be a huge landslide in November. Yep, I agree. Diane continues. Trump is already claiming the election is rigged before it has happened, and that's his MO, right? He's going to have his lawyers bring this to SCOTUS, a Bush versus Gore. Yeah, that is the scary thing. If it's that close, and this election, and it goes to the fucking SCOTUS, who do you think they're going to rule for? You know, what direction are they going to go? And we already know the answer. Here's Paul Sharkey-Mannion in his cowboy voice says, goodbye, my friends, and my friends of real democracy. And you, TJ, y'all take care of yourselves. Well, Paul Sharkey-Mannion, you take care of yourself. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. I wish you could stay longer. But I guess you got stuff to do. So, but thanks for the time you spent with us. And hopefully we'll see you on the next one, which should be Thursday. I am thinking about going on every day, Monday through Friday, by the way. Maybe not till, maybe next month, I don't know. Maybe Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I was thinking about maybe just doing a quick hour. Probably that hour right before Hal comes on, you know. Or we can do the House Sparks Hangouts, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of that. If you think I should do that, not do that, you don't want, you've seen enough of me, there's too much of me, or you need to see more of me. And it's not about me, but it's about us, right? About us hanging out, having a good hangout spot. Let me know what you guys think. Should I go Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays? It probably would be 2 p.m. Pacific time. Although that does put me head to head with Nicole Sandler, and I do like Nicole. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So let me know, guys, what you guys think. Let's see here. Philly 2000, Biden called to express his condolences, but they didn't want to take Biden's phone call. Talking about the family. Yeah, Biden called the family, the wife and the family of the man who was killed in the stands, just to explain this, right? At the Trump rally on Saturday, the man that was killed, President Joe Biden reached out to the family to give his condolences. They wouldn't take the call, and the wife has been reported. She said because her husband was, because of his I don't know, devotion or whatever to Trump. I don't know if devotion is the right word, but she didn't feel it was right to take the call. But it sounded like she was kind of, that she kind of appreciated the effort, And she said that Trump is not called. And of course we see the next day, where's Trump? He's at the fucking golf course. With no bandage on his ear, by the way. No bandage. And he's at the golf course. And he just doesn't have time to call that woman and the grieving family. That right there, if that doesn't tell you what a fucking dirtbag, piece of shit, scumbag that Donald Trump is, then nothing will. Nothing will. Big Hook. Much of what was in place over the last 50 years was working very well, and with a small amendment here and there was accepted practice of society. This gross overreach by SCOTUS breaks what worked. We're going to get that all overturned. We're going to get that all that shit that they just did is going to get overturned. I'm confident. Sweden says, "Oh, is that what the blue means? Well, I may have been yay voting on porn videos. You didn't mean blue movies. I understand. Well, you're from across the pond, so it could be a whole different meaning. It could be a whole different meaning." Thanks for the warning. Let's see here. Delta Don says, "Do it." William says, "I'll watch." So if I come on, that's about the coming on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at about 2 p.m. Let's see here. It's either that or I could do a post House Park show Monday, Wednesday, Friday at around 11 a.m. Pacific time and do an hour before Randy Rhodes. I could sandwich myself in between Hal and Randy. So, I don't know. Give me your ideas, guys. What do you think? Steven Sayers says, does the next election scare the crap out of you too? Are you talking about the one coming up right here in November? Does it scare the crap out of me? No. I'm chomping at the bit. I can't wait for this election to be over with. Because I really think that Biden's going to win bigly. And then we can, the long national nightmare of Donald Trump will be over, and he can go off and fuck himself, basically, and he can go to prison because after this election, all he has to look forward to is a string of trials that will go through and will put him in prison. So I'm chomping at the bit for November to come. I'm not scared at all because I don't think that Trump is going to win. I think Biden's going to win. And I think we're going to get the House back for sure. And I think we're going to keep the Senate too. So maybe I'm naive. I don't know. Robert Perez says 7 days a week sounds better. Oh yeah, just 7 days a week. I'll just never stop. Well, it would be 6 days a week. If I start doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that would basically be Monday through Friday plus the Saturday show. So that would be 6 days. Kim Shee says, I want to see more of all of us. Don't even think of it. Don't even think of it. Yeah, it's about us, right? It would be us hanging out. It's not just about Chuck and John here. This is about us having a little spot to hang out and, view our opinion or express our opinions. I guess we would view other people's opinions and just share our ideas and, all that good stuff. Michael McAndrew says, I think what works best for you, John. I always like seeing you live and chatting with you. Well, thank you so much, Michael, and it's always good to see you and likewise chat with you. Nick Rich, you heard the hammers? Yeah, someone was hammering. That's the maintenance crew. They're doing something. There's quite a few units around here that are like just empty, and they've been like, I guess, very slowly. It seems like kind of remodeling them. Michael McAndrews, they're tunneling. The tunneling has started again. It's like the Great Escape. Delta Dawn, that is so fucking shitty of her and Trump. Who's the her? I must have skipped down. I don't know who the her is, but and I don't even know what you're talking about. But Trump, but everything that Trump does is shitty. So I'll go along with that for sure. James Williams says, "Good morning, Shorter Monkey. I haven't heard adult videos called Blue movies in years." Yeah, that goes back. That goes way back to like 50s, I think. I guess. Robert, somebody's knocking at your door. No, someone's hammering. But you guys could hear that. I heard it, and I didn't say anything because I was like, I wonder if they heard that. And now I know, you guys heard that. You're hearing the hammering. Philly 2000. Oh, you're talking about that was shitty of her not to take the call. Okay. See, it takes me a while. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of shitty, but I mean, I'm gonna give her a break. She's a grieving widow now, right? And they're maggots. I mean, they're dyed-in-the-wool maggots, and so I'm willing to give her, some room there. I'm not gonna call her, doing something shitty, but definitely Trump. But I'm willing to give the grieving widow some leeway there. 50,000, he says thoughts and prayers. Delta Dawn, I'll listen whatever time you're on. Well, thank you so much, Delta Dawn. That's nice of you. That's nice to hear. Okay. Michael Ganners, we see what all the frauds are doing. We see you. Michael Ganders, the USA versus Dumpy Stump. Who will win? I believe the USA will win. The US courts will win. Philly 3000, when they do get back to the House, I hope they make Jasmine the Speaker of the House. Well, it's gonna be what's his face. I mean, Jasmine might be in some time in the future because she's so young. I mean, she has a whole bright future ahead of her. Maybe someday she will be, but it's going to be, what's his face? The guy who rhymes all the time. And I think he's really good. Cian says, only if everyone don't forget to vote up and down the ballot. Right. Vote blue. That's when I say, there's one of my graphics. Vote blue all the way through. All right? That means down ticket. That's right. We got to get the House. We got to get the Senate. We got to get the White House. All that. And we need majorities. We need all that. 55,000. And if Jasmine is House Speaker, MTG would definitely freak out. And that would be funny. That would be the ultimate kind of revenge, I guess, or whatever. Sia says it will not be Jeffries. No, it's going to be Jeffries. He's already the majority speaker. I don't know why you're saying it won't be Jeffries. Oh, no, you said it will be Jeffries. My bad. My bad. See, and you're right. It said, no, it will be Jeffries. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, by the way. But yeah, I sorry for misreading that. But yeah, it's going to be Jeffries. And I think he's going to be good. He's going to be a good Speaker of the House. And like I said, maybe someday Jasmine, she's so young, she's got a bright future. That's just like when AOC first won, like, a few years ago. And everyone's going, AOC for president, AOC for president. And she wasn't even old enough to be president at the time. And my thought was, hey, I love AOC, and I would love to see her as president someday. But she's so young, there's no hurry. And at the time, I don't know, I guess Hillary had already lost, but but I'm thinking, hey, we've got a lot of time. AOC can have a great career. She could even move over to the Senate at some point. But she could have a great career as a House representative. She could go out and be a senator. She can do all this stuff. And she can run for president when she's in her 50s. And she'll have 20 years of experience. Just think how much better she's going to be in 20 years from now. And just look out. And I love AOC. I've loved her from the beginning. And I think she's a great representative. I think, and I love her policies. I most of them. There's some things that I've been, and that's the way it should be. We shouldn't be 100% in lockstep, right? You can say that I agree with you most of the time, but I disagree on this thing or that thing, and that's fine. But just think, I've seen AOC since she took office first time. What's it been, like 6 years now, or whatever it's been, 4 or 5 years? I've seen a maturation. You can see her learning, and she was already incredibly smart and had the smarts, but she's learning the system. She's learning the ins and outs. She's learning the sort of the tactfulness you need. She's learning, the strategies. She's learning all this shit. So just think, she could run in her 50s. She's still a relatively young woman. I think really, ideally, if you have a good candidate, a good person to run for president, I think in their 50s is probably the best. I think 60s is fine too. Once you start getting up in the 70s, then we run into these problems that we have now with Biden's too old, Trump is too old. And they're not too old. If you can do the job, I think Trump is too old because he's falling asleep and he's shitting his pants all over the place. But I think it's a case by case thing. But I'm just saying, ideally, I think the people who run for president in their mid to late 50s is kind of like the sweet spot. And in their 60s is fine too. Look at me, for instance. I'm in my 60s, but. So, there's no rush on AOC. I love AOC. I think she's great. I just imagine in 20 years from now, she's going to be even more awesome than she is now. So we don't need to rush these things. Same with Jasmine. I think she's great. We love the stuff she says. She's a little spark plug. But just think how much better she's going to be in 5 and 10 and 15 years from now if she stays in politics. She's going to keep getting better and better too. So there's no rush on these youngins that we like, and they're good. There's no rush really when we have a Hakeem Jeffries who can step in and be it's his time. This is his time, right? And I kind of, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's not like someone deserves it just because it's their time. I think he's earned that spot. So, but anyhow, yeah, Jasmine she's going to be great too. But give her time to grow and to mature and to really know the ins and outs of the thing. And, and we do have a deep bench, like 50,000. I'd love to see Moskowitz run for president. Another thing, Moskowitz doesn't have to run right now either. He's a relatively young guy. We have a deep bench. And we're going to have Moskowitz might run for president someday. His name keeps coming up. But I like Gavin Newsom. I like Kamala Harris. I like Gretchen Whitmer. They keep talking about her. I think those are all great picks. Great, at least to have them run. Pete Buttigieg, all those guys. We are blessed to have a really deep bench of some really great people in our party right now. But we don't need to rush them in there. Let's get Joe elected. And let's get this second term of the Biden administration. It's been a great first term. Greatest economy in the world, greatest economy that we've had in 50 years probably, and in some cases maybe best ever. Let's get the next 4 years going. Let's just keep the Bidenomics going, the big Biden boom going. Let's just keep it going. Let's let that be the template for future administrations. Just keep doing what Joe's been doing. Joe is, how we had Reaganomics, and we were stuck with fucking voodoo supply side Reaganomics for 40 fucking years. where we had stagnant wages. You know, we saw income gaps, wealth gaps, whatever, you know, increasing. Now let's do 40 or 50 years of Bidenomics, and probably why stop there? I mean, it's shown that it's working. Let's keep it going. Joe Biden has provided the template for all future Democrats to run on and to operate on, you know. Minus Kevin was here. I stayed with my family last night. Oh, I missed what Kevin said. Sorry, I was on yesterday. I had a shot left leg, and I went to the doctor and got a blood test. You got shot in your leg? What do you mean you got a shot? Someone shot you? Well, I hope you feel better. Yeah, I hope you get better. Nick Rich says there are plenty of young people up and coming in the Democrat Party. Plenty of time for the next 20 years plus. Yeah, we've got people now that are ready to go, that are in their 50s and 60s. They're primed. You know, Gavin Newsom, Kamala Harris. And then we've got the next ones coming up, you know, the AOCs and the Jasmines and the Moskowitzes. We've got a deep bench, and we just got to keep it going, man. We just got to vote blue and just keep the big blue Biden machine going, man. Even when Biden's dead and gone, it's going to be the Biden economy. Just like we had Reaganomics for 50, 40, 45, 50 years. Now let's go with Bidenomics, man, for the next 50 years. Keith Philippe, love to see Pete Buttigieg work in the State Department where he can speak multiple languages. Yeah, Pete Buttigieg is a great guy. Great, awesome, smart. Yeah, he would be great in the State Department. See, it says Mega was freaking out, I guess, when in the beginning she was dancing on the rooftop. And that was something that she was shot in college, I think, but the dance was so bad that Mega melted down on it. You're talking about AOC? That was the thing from when she was in college. They want to bring that out. She was having fun. She was a fun college kid. They made a film for one of her classes. Michael McAndrews, I agree, John. AOC is good and will be a great senator or president someday. I feel like Fauci is already smarter than most other Republicans. Oh, that's not even hard to do. I'm smarter than most Republicans, and I'm fucking stupid. Michael McAndrews, president, sir, Mr. Spock is here. You get one of these live long and prosper things that I'm trying to do. I don't know why I'm going British all of a sudden. But anyhow, Tom Hanks trying to do a Run Forrest Run. Yeah, Mr. Spock always with the jokes, always coming in with the jokes. But I do have I got Forrest Gump down there in the corner. Pamela, stay focused. November 2024. Yeah, stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. November's coming up. We vote blue. All down, all through. Roxanne says, hello, Mike. Oh, I didn't see Mike H. Mike H is here. Big whoop-de-doo. I really don't give a hoot. Because Mike H is pretty stupid. Mike H is one of those stupid Republicans. Remember I said that I'm smarter than Republicans and I'm fucking stupid? I'm even more smarter than Mike H. That's not saying much, though. Because Mike H is a fucking moron. Philly 2000, I'm already old. I don't got that many more decades to go. Hey, whatever, man. Me either. I don't either, but that's not the point. You know, we make this place a better place for the people that come after us. That's what we should be doing. In whatever small way we can. And if the only way we can do that is by voting and voting for good Democrats, then that's a good thing. That's enough, probably. Let's see. Minus Kevin says, Roxanne, there's one thing I didn't like no matter how many times I told her no. It was like, he has had a stroke. That's a sign of a stroke. We're going to check for a stroke. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I hope whoever's having a stroke is okay. I hope the person's okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but anyhow. Don't forget Katie Porter. Yeah, Katie Porter's awesome too. And I hope that I don't know where Katie Porter's going to end up, because I think, well, I think Schiff's going to win that Senate seat in California. And I don't know if Katie's going to lose her House district seat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with her. That's a tough one where she's at. Orange County, it's predominantly Republican. But I like Katie Porter. I think she's good. See, it says they want Biden out because they know he will win, but also with Harris, but they think they have a lot on her to take her down, but everybody knows they have nothing on Biden. Putin knows he is toast. Yeah, that's another thing, man. We need to win this November. Biden needs to win, because we cannot let Trump get back in and then let Putin do whatever the fuck he wants with Ukraine. Because Trump, if he gets in, the first thing he will do is cut all funding to Ukraine. And then Ukraine will be fucked. Because right now, Ukraine is kicking Russia's ass. They're losing 1,000 troops a day. They've lost well over 500,000 troops in this 2.5 years of this war. And without our help and you know, the help from other NATO countries and the European countries supplying ammo and weapons, without that help, Ukraine would be taken over by now, you know. And we can't allow that to happen. Because once that happens, then Putin will keep on going, right? Going to go into Poland, he'll go into other places, and that would not be good. I'm just reading down here. Nick Rich, the bridge that trolls demand a toll are always burnt. Michael McGander's trolls suck. I don't mind trolls if they have something constructive. If they have, and maybe that's not even a troll. You're allowed to have your own opinion. You're allowed to have your own viewpoint, opinions, policy positions, ideologies, and you can express those. I don't mind you expressing those. But if you just come in here with some stupid shit, where all you do is repeat a talking point, you just drop talking points, and that's it, then you have really nothing to offer. Alvin Stube is here. I haven't seen Alvin. Good to see you. Welcome to the driver's house. Nashville, Illinois had dam burst, shut down Interstate 64. Oh, wow, I didn't hear about that. So that's kind of scary. Keith Polite says, will Putin make a surprise appearance at the RNC? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know that not the RNC, but some of these like CPAC stuff, they've had like, wasn't Erdogan or Urban or one of those guys was there? they love that these democracies, some of these Eastern Bloc places that have kind of gone to democratic, are now going back to authoritarianism. Easy for me to say. They love authoritarianism. They love autocracy. The Republicans do. And they bring over these autocrats to speak at their conventions. It's this crazy. It's the craziest shit. And the craziest shit is people like Mike H. and other, they lap that shit up. Apparently they love autocrats. They don't really love democracy. The Republicans do not, as it's turning out, as we're finding out, they really don't like democracy. Their idea is that, you know, they want things just to be run just for them. No one else. Mr. Spock says, imagine Katie Porter's husband the next morning after bad sex. I probably should pre-read this before I read it out loud. Katie with her whiteboard explaining what he did wrong. Okay, yeah, that's funny. I don't even think, is she married? I thought she was divorced or something, but anyhow, I don't know. Maybe she remarried. Philly 2000 decides Trump can't even go to 40 different countries because he's banned. Yeah, but there would probably be diplomatic. Immunities or something like that. But anyhow, he's not even going to get that far, so it's not even worth talking about. He's not even going to win. So, Michael McGadgers, of course you can have a different opinion. Can't be a troll though. Nick Rich says, bleach blonde, bad built bitch, but a fun talking point. Big Hook. I think a lot of people are finally catching up on the methodology of obstruction, deflection, whataboutism, talking over an opponent when facts are being presented, scapegoating of others, racism. I think a lot of reasonable people are. I don't think the maggots are. The maggots are just stuck in their little maggot world. But hopefully some of them are kind of peeling away from that. I don't know. I think Trump's base is getting smaller. Cian says, by the way, only someone with Alzheimer's forget where they are and falls asleep. Unlike when Biden, he was working all the time, so he had a bad night. So yeah, tomatoes or tomato. Well, I don't know, but there's definitely a difference. We see, ever since that debate, we've seen the South Carolina speech, we've seen that Detroit speech, we've seen the NATO speech, we've seen the big press conference. He's been handling himself, I think, very, very well. And he's going to do a speech today. I guess there'll probably be some clips of that, or that'll be it's going to be shown. I would imagine. I don't know. He's been doing very, very well ever since that debate, I think. Philly 3000, and we don't even know where trolls are from America. They could be, the actual, like, paid trolls and the troll bots. I mean, there is a huge, it's a real thing. It's called Operation Overload. And this is by the Russians. They are overloading everything, every social media platform, everywhere they can, wherever they can. They did the same thing in 2016, and they're doing it now, but on steroids. And they do have these bot farms and these troll farms, and they will hit everything, everywhere. So we have to be aware of that, and we have to, whenever you see something posted anywhere, you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt and try to do some sort of, fact finding on it, or some sort of verification on these things before we go off, half cocked. Alvin Stu says, storms were very bad last night, kept me awake. Hugger Greeter TK didn't know about any tornadoes. I did hear something about some tornadoes coming up, going around. There's some tornadoes going around, so watch it. Nick Rich says, talking points can be found in the congressional record. Big hugs and kisses, Teresa. Did I say hi to Teresa? If I didn't say hi to you, I'm saying hi now. If I missed you, so thanks for being here. Cian says, lie, repeat, repeat. A broken record there for indoctrination and twist and lie. It's the old, what is it, Goebbels or whoever it was, like if you repeat the lie enough, it becomes truth or whatever. Michael McAndrews, I would look at the congressional record and what they kept out of the congressional record and who did and said what. James Williams says, it is important to recognize Russian disinformation trolls are working 24/7 to disseminate Putin's propaganda around the globe. Absolutely, James. And, he wanted Trump in 2016, and he got him. It worked. And that's the scary thing. But the thing is the thing about it, in 2016, a lot of people didn't know about that kind of stuff. Now, a lot of us, we are, we kind of know about these things now, about troll farms and all that kind of stuff. So not only did they, Putin and the psyops, or they learned a lot of techniques and a lot of things, but we also learned a lot of things too. And so hopefully we're able to, combat that with our truth and with our facts and with our and trying to get the word out. Um, 56 Nick Rich says, how can a human troll prove that they're not a bot? I don't know. Seeing I'm not a troll. I don't think you are. I never thought you were. Steven Sayer says, hey, yo, Jolie, I'd send a pic, but that is above my pay grade. Steven Sayers also said, how many world leaders would fall asleep in public? I don't think I've seen any. Michael McAndrews, in other news, peanut butter. I like peanut butter. James Williams says, there are two types of trolls, electronic and biological. They do the same thing, spread lies. Yeah, that's absolutely. There are bots, and there are, real trolls. Michael McAndrews says, watch out for the weasels. CN says, trolls are on high working mode these coming months. Oh yeah, they're working overtime. So we need to fight back. We need to push back. We need to combat the trolls. And it's by, whenever you see anything like that, I mean, just, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. Don't just don't go off, when you see some sort of outrageous post or a meme or whatever, just think, I better check this out. This might be bullshit, Keith Lee says, something to look forward to at the Democrats' convention, video of Biden's train trip to Kyiv, heroic Dark Brandon. I didn't know he did that. Sia says, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm not, because I'm from the Netherlands, that you're not a bot. Okay, well, I could just tell by the things that you've been saying. I never even thought that you might be a bot or a troll. Steve Sayers says, Jolie, I don't even do face thingy. Oh, about the Discord. Nick Rich says, do trolls have cookies with their beverages? Oh my gosh. Nick, you're so funny. You're so funny. You crack me up, Nick. Did someone call? You called, Nick? You want some cookie? You want a little cookie? Here's your cookie. Here's your cookie right here. I got your cookie. Nick Rich 56. Or 56 Nick Rick, whatever. Yeah, you want a cookie? Yeah. Say cookie one more time. With the cookies. There you go with the cookies. I'm going to read the chat. I'm taking over the show for a bit. I'm going to read the chat. How's that? We read that chat in cookie voice. Because, hey, what else I got to do? But be a cookie. Be a tough cookie. A tough cookie that evidently gets left out in the sun. And it's freaking ass hot out here. And it just makes me tougher and tougher and tougher. Hey, look at that fancy gift of the Trucker John membership. Thank you so much, Fancy. Hey, did we get Fancy to 50, by the way? God damn it. What are you guys doing? Are you guys subscribing to Fancy? You better do it or else you're going to have Tough Cookie to deal with. So get over there and get Fancy to 50 subscriptions, all right? Don't make me have to come on over there. Don't make me. Just don't make me do it. Thank you, Fancy, by the way, on behalf of Trucker John, for that membership there. All right. So what else we got? Michael McGanders, Hal has much better filters. Hey, I don't. Who? Hal? There's no Hal. We don't talk. There's no Hal. There's no Hal and Cookie. You don't need other filters when you got Tough Cookie. This is all you need. You don't need Ficus and Jesse Ventura. You don't need all that. All you need is Tough Cookie. You don't even need Trucker John. I could do the whole show if I wanted to. Just do Tough Cookie. You know? Hey, man. Fuck around and find out. That's my motto. In fact, I have a little tattoo of it, but it's on the other side of the cookie. You can't see it. It's behind my cookie ear. It says FAFO. Or something like that. Okay, so wait a minute. Now, Tough Cookie, I take exception to that. You say that all you need is Tough Cookie. I think you need a little bit of Paul the Beard Guy. That's what I think, because I need to, because you're all tough and everything, but I like to spread the love, my man. I like to spread the love. It's like I like feeling good. I want you to feel good. I want everyone to feel good. Feel good about yourselves. Hey, man, come on. It's more than just Tough Cookie. There's the Beard Guy. I could do the show too. You think you can do the show? Well, I could do it. There's more to life than just Tough Cookie. We need I think we need to get the Beard Guy out here every now and then. And just be laid back, be chill, and just spread the love, people. It's all about the love, and And by the way, but one thing I do agree about Tough Cookie is you need to go over there to Fancy's page, her channel, and give her a subscription. What I'm trying to say, Cookie's got me kind of worked up, is, I'm trying to say, hit that subscription button. Let's get Fancy to 50. Because then we're going to see some awesome stuff coming out from Fancy's channel there in the form of live streaming. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So anyhow, guys, I think I'm going to let Trucker John come back because I think he does it better. Better than me, better than Tough Cookie. I'm a big Trucker John fan myself, so probably back to you, Trucker John. All right, guys. Thanks to Tough Cookie and Paul the Purple Beard Guy for making their presence known. A little surprise appearance about that. Inflation is dropping. It's been dropping like a rock, Mike H. So go fuck yourself. MJ Daniel, U.S. inflation is just about the lowest in the world. There, take that, Mike H. Fucking choke on that, bitch. James Williams says cookies are cool, but the kidney is important to the heart. Nick Rich says inflation in Hungary is over 20%. There you go. That's what you do. Just either ignore the trolls or just fucking kick their ass with facts. Keith Lee says on February 20th, 2023, Joe Biden made a secret 10-hour trip to Kyiv. Well, it was secret, so that's why I didn't know. I didn't know. Micromanagers the kidney is in the heart. Jolie's got the link to Fancy's channel. So you guys can go over there and hit that subscription button. Subscribe to Fancy. Get Fancy to 50. I don't know what... where is Fancy at? I'm going to check the thing there real quick. Fancy's at 40. Just 10 more. 10 more. Fancy will be at 50. Roxanne says, then you should be happy that inflation is going down. Yeah, absolutely, Roxanne. That's right. He should be very happy. Instead, just wants to keep regurgitating the right-wing talking points that are like way out of date. Way out of date. Sometimes these fucking Republicans are so stupid. These maggots are so fucking stupid. They will just keep doing talking points, putting out talking points that are like sometimes 10 and 20 years old. I've seen it. That's how fucking stupid they are. So let's not get beat by stupid people. People. Let's not get beat by stupid people. That's the sad thing about it, is if we lose to the maggots, then we're getting beat by stupid assholes. Let's not do that. You know, it's not a good look. Don't let the stupid win. James Williams, thanks for the link. Subscribe. Thank you, James. Thanks for 7 over there, Fancy. CSS Fancy, did you leave the link for your site channel? I will take a look. Laughing out loud. Delta exactly MJ. Delta Dawn. Now I'm going to sing that song. We are not mediocre. We are exceptional. We have the best fucking economy by far. You're an asshole, Mike. You're a dumbass. You are a dumbass motherfucker, man. Usually I kind of ignore Mike H, but I don't know. Sometimes I can't. Just a dumbass motherfucker. Philly 2000, she only needs 8 more. All right. We're going to get you there, Fancy. Roxanne says, apparently Mike Hunt doesn't read or comprehend. Yeah, he's a fucking moron. He's a fucking... I guess, you know, maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Maybe he's got a... For all I know, he might have a learning disability, so maybe I shouldn't be so mean to him, but I don't know. I'm not red. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Michael McAndrews, I already subscribed. Subscribe again, Michael. No, I'm just kidding. But you can share. You can hit the share button. Delta Dawn, I subscribe to Fancy. All right. Mike H, inflation sucks. Yeah, it does. But you know what's great about America is that our wage increases are outpacing the inflation, and inflation is dropping. Inflation is low, is getting lower and lower now, and our wages are getting higher, and they're outpacing inflation. So once again, Mike H, you can go fuck yourself, you fucking idiot. Nick Rich, Red Lobster. I was just talking about Red Lobster last night with one of my passengers, who apparently is from Canada, Nick. I had a passenger from Canada. She lives in a part, I forget, I don't know if it was Montreal or where, but she said it was, you know, a part where it's the French-Canadian part. And she said a lot of places, a lot of like big chains like we have in America, they don't even go there because I guess there's these rules where you have to have everything in French. You got to, the workers have to speak French and the menus have to be in French and all this kind of shit. So she said a lot of American businesses don't even go there. Other than, she says they have Burger King and McDonald's, but other than that, there's a lot, like she says, she felt funny that she coming to Las Vegas, where she just wants to go to Olive Garden instead of, you know, because they don't have Olive Gardens where she's from, but she loves Olive Garden, and stuff like that. So I don't know where I was going with all that, but oh yeah, but then I brought up Red Lobster. I said, do you have Red Lobster? And I think she said no. And I go, because I really like Red Lobster. And I go, a lot of people talk shit about Red Lobster, even here in America. And she goes, are there any left? Because I've just been talking about closing. And I go, yeah, they're not closing all the stores. I guess they closed some of the stores, restaurants. But there's one right down the street that they have here. And I love Red Lobster. I really love the lobster tail. I think it's, and so she goes, yeah. She goes, I like it too. So anyhow, you brought up Red Lobster. I like Red Lobster. Red Lobster. Yeah, Mike H is just an idiot. You're an idiot, Mike H. Do you like coming out here and getting are you one of those like sadomasochists or whatever? You love getting abused? Do you love the abuse? Let's see. CN says, these times are here for everyone to remember that money is not the answer, but at the same time, everyone is running for green, forgetting fam and friends. It will be too late for a lot of people. William says, Jamie Raskin, maybe? I like Jamie Raskin. Jamie's good. I'm not sure if you're behind in the video, because we were talking about Democrats earlier. But anyhow, Pamela, CNN saying Menendez guilty. Is this like a breaking story about? Did he get convicted already of something? I mean, of those charges. Whatever it is, he looks very, very guilty. And I say, if he's guilty, get him the fuck out. We don't, in the Democratic Party, if you're guilty of something like that, you're gone. We don't try to cover up for you. Fancy says, Philly, all I find is how Sparks give us a link. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't know, I must have skipped over that one. Anyhow, I don't know. You guys are talking about some community. Some sort of community. MJ Daniels, save the cheddar biscuit. They're not all closing, folks. They're just closing some of their stores. Sometimes they do that. Sometimes businesses do that. They have too many. They have to close some down. Pamela, guilty 45 minutes ago. Well, good. He's guilty. Let's get him the fuck out, and he needs to be sent off to some prison somewhere. And we will just move on. We don't need corrupt assholes like that in any party, let alone the Democratic Party. MJ Daniel, mad drunk, the flatulent is going to lose bigly. I agree. I do agree with that. But we need to vote. So make sure, as I always say, almost on every show, check your registration. Go to vote.org, and it will lead you to wherever you need to go. And you can check your registration, make sure you're good to go. Don't wait too long, because there are voting deadlines and registration deadlines if you need to register. But you can go to vote.org, get registered, make sure you're registered, check your registration, all that good stuff. And everyone, make sure you vote blue all the way through. Let's reelect Joe Biden, and let's get him a Congress behind him so we can get more and more great things done with the economy, bringing back jobs, reshoring jobs that were gone and we thought were gone and lost forever to reshore to offshoring are now being reshored and are coming back. I mean, it's just amazing what Joe Biden has done. And so let's make sure that we vote for Joe, but let's give him a Congress. So you got to vote blue all the way through that ticket, all the way down ticket. Blue, 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 blue. Dim, 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 dim. Dim, 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 dim. Sounds like a cat food commercial. MJ Daniel says something, because Fancy said, that's a good name, MJ, I like it. Oh, Mad King Drumps? Maybe? I don't know. Sam said, I just want to say that you all only see what leaked or is in daylight, but most evil things they do, they will not share to tell anyone. Remember that evil is and what evil does. And I will just say that Donald Trump is evil. And J.D. Vance is evil. And we don't need evil running our country. Because they want The Handmaid's Tale. They want Project 2025. They want this fucking Project 47 or whatever they're calling it, which are basically the same things. They want to take away freedoms. They want to turn this country into a dictatorship. They want to destroy democracy. It really is an election of democracy versus autocracy. Do you want autocracy? Or do you want democracy? If you want democracy, you vote blue. You vote Democrat. You vote for Joe Biden. I'm riding with Biden all the way, 100%. And I guess that's it for today. I want to thank you all for being here on this beautiful Tuesday. You guys are awesome. Had quite a few folks in here. I'll see you guys again on Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then again on Thursday afternoon. I guess it'll either be 2 or 3. I'm not sure if... I guess if Hal's son is still here and everything, then he'll probably go on at 3. So I'll go on at 2. All right, so I'll see you guys on Thursday. I guess that's about it. I guess we pretty much covered everything for today. We've covered, the fact that Donald Trump needs to be beat. And hey, there's John from Las Vegas. Good to see y'all. We're just now checking out, John. But hey, better late than never. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Lightfoot SP, Vibes from New Zealand. Hey, we got Kiwi in the house. Pamela, Democratic House Cleaning. Janelle's here. Hey, Janelle. I didn't see you earlier, so thanks for being here. But guys, thanks for you guys for being here. This show is made possible by you guys with your support, with the super chats and the memberships. We've got lots of memberships now. And by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Those are huge. Those are the biggest things, really. Sharing and liking, subscribing, chatting. It all goes into supporting the show. It could not be done without you. We've gone from just basically about 100, 180 to now we're over 1,900. And it's all because of you guys. And I thank you guys so much for being here and supporting the show and making this a great experience for me. It's that you guys give more to me than I give to you. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you in the chat rooms. Hal Sparks, Stephanie Miller, wherever we're at. I'll say hi, and you guys say hi, and I'll see you guys around. But right now, I really need to go out and do some... I need to do some stretching because I don't want to pull a hamstring.
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes. Might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes. But if we did, I'd be only too glad. So I Hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I try to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid. But doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream. This is where we win, right here on the Trucker John live stream. No, this time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about gold chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back